And what you do, give a control F and try to find visa. So this particular job, it says we offer visa and relocation support globally to our permanent employees. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Jagan. I am a software engineer currently based out of Bayern, Germany. In this video, I would like to discuss about my experience, how I found a job outside India in 4 different points. Firstly, a brief introduction about my profile. Secondly, what was my overall job search process? Thirdly, what was the specific interview process to the job which I got? Finally, some of my tips for the people who are willing to find a job outside India, be it Germany or any other country. I have provided the timestamps in the description for all these sections. If you would like to skip to any other section, you can feel free to do that. This is going to be an important video for the people who are willing to find a job or maybe willing to collect some knowledge about it. And if you think this is useful, please give a like to this video. Let's get started. Firstly, I wanted to give a brief introduction about my profile because there are some misunderstandings. Only the people with this particular education or from this particular type of companies like product-based companies or only developers can get a job outside India. So this is not true. Even I was having those misunderstandings initially, but that's not true. That's why I wanted to share about my background also. Firstly, education. In short, I have BSc Computer Science in regular and MCA in correspondence. Experience. I have totally 10 years of experience into IT, mostly into application support, maintenance and implementation. Coming to skills, I primarily use SQL, Unix, Linux and Manhattan WMS, that's warehouse management system. I also would like to add, I mostly worked only in service-based companies and I also got a chance to work at on-site for around 1.5 years. That too as application support engineer and a single point of contact for a level 2 support team. So if someone is trying to find a job outside India, even though they are in application support or in any profile, they can still do it. Only thing that we just need to follow the right ways, the right approach, then we will be able to find a job outside India also. Next, I wanted to discuss about my overall job search process. So when I decided that I wanted to find a job outside India, I was not restricting myself to search a job in a specific country. Only thing which I was focusing is whether that employer or the job is willing to sponsor our visa or not. So that's very important because we may easily crack any interview, but if they are not sponsoring the visa, then it's useless, right? So the first point is whether that particular job is offering visa or not. Coming to the job search portals, I firmly relied only on the LinkedIn. If I was specifically looking for any country, then I would have went ahead with some local job boards. For example, for Germany, we can go with Stepstone and Zing. But since I was not restricting myself to a single country, I was using only LinkedIn because we could get international jobs in LinkedIn. But if I go with a local job board, I would get only the jobs that are relating to that particular country. I also had a theory for myself. This is true or not, I don't know. But what I believed is if someone is publishing their job in their local job board, then they are not going to sponsor a visa for someone outside that country. So I used this approach and I was getting multiple interviews. In fact, for 2 companies, I was about to get offer also. But at the last moment, due to some reasons, I was not getting the offer. Maybe they hired someone local or maybe they are not interested to sponsor the visa. I don't know, but I did not get the job in those 2 companies. So I was a little bit disappointed and I was trying to quit that job search process outside India. Meanwhile, one of my contacts in Europe, he came across this job opening in his friend's company. So he informed me that there is an opening like this and the employer is willing to sponsor a visa also. I did a quick research about that job opening and the company. I was okay with that. So I applied for that and all the interviews and everything happened and then I got that job. Coming to the interview process, firstly as usual there was a resume screening process. And then there was a quick connect with HR. HR was trying to find out what was my expectations and their expectations, whether I will be fitting to that or not. Secondly, I had another round of discussion with the project manager and HR together. That was also about the past experiences, skill sets, expectations. It was sort of that discussion. After that, there was another round. That's actually very different for me. I have never attended any similar interview in past like that. It was called as trial day or intro day. I think it was around for 5 hours. So initially, the project manager will give a brief introduction about what's going to happen in the whole day, and then we will have 3 different sessions with team members who will be taking technical rounds of interviews. For me, it was like SQL, XML, XSD, some kind of troubleshooting questions. I was given some case studies which were happening in their project at that time. So, and they were trying to understand how I would analyze that, what's my approach, what's my troubleshooting technique, things like that. And finally, the whole team will be coming in the call and they will be trying to ask some questions, some general questions, and I was also given opportunity to ask some questions to them. So as a whole, it was a full day process, 5 to 6 hours of time for the company to understand what's my technical capabilities and my expectations, whether I will be able to fit that particular job role and team culture. So these are the things that they were testing. After that, finally, there was a HR discussion about salary and visa sponsorship, other things. And then they have started to send me the required documents to apply for my visa. Coming to some of my tips in case if someone is willing to find a job outside India, what are the things that you can follow? So firstly, we need to make a CV and cover letter. There will be some standards for each country. We will need to pay attention to that. For example, for Germany, the other things are very typical, but adding a photograph is mandatory thing here. That's what I understood. In fact, in India also, some of the people are using their resumes along with the photo, but here it's important to have a photo in the resume. And most of the times, whenever I checked some resumes here, it's pretty colorful. If you would like to make a colorful resume along with your photo, then it's very good. So along with the CV, giving a cover letter is very important here. And if you don't have a cover letter, please try to create one. You can find a lot of templates in the internet. You can use one of them and you can create your own cover letter. Secondly, finding a job which is sponsoring a visa and applying to that. That's very obvious, but still I had to say this. How I can find a job which is sponsoring visa. So since I used LinkedIn, I want to show an example how I used to search and I used to find a job opening. So let's get into LinkedIn and see how we can find a job which is sponsoring a visa. Let's say I want to find a job for an application support. Generally what we do is we just type as application support engineer or application support, and then we just give, let's say, Germany. And you started to see lot of results here. So let's say for this, if I am going to search through this is completely in German. That's another thing that we will need to pay attention. Sometimes if you are applying for a job which is in Europe, you might get lot of job openings in their local language, be it in German or French, but there will be too many jobs in English as well. You just need to find the right one. Of course, it takes time, but still we can find the right one. After putting the application support, we can just add one more word, visa. We can go through this, and what you do, give a Control F and try to find visa. So this particular job, it says we offer visa and relocation support globally to our permanent employees. So this is relevant. This particular employer is ready to sponsor a visa and they also give relocation support. I think they will provide some allowance also, and they are looking for someone who has 3 to 4 years of experience. So if you have minimum 3 to 4 years of experience, then for sure you can start applying for some jobs. You can also find a job from my own company. I'm sure they are also sponsoring a visa. In case if you are interested and if you find your profile is matching to this, feel free to apply. And in case if you need any referral, I can also help. Sometimes what happens is when we search with the keyword visa sponsorship or just visa, then there also be some statements like we do not sponsor any visa for this job opportunity. Let's say you found a lot of opportunities that sponsor visa. While applying, what you need to do? Please do not apply with same CV and cover letter for all the job opportunities. What I would suggest is we will need to modify our CV and cover letter according to the job requirement which you are applying for. I would not say that you just need to put all the skills whatever is expected in that job requirement into your CV, but we will have some similarities, right? If the job description says that the candidate needs to have database experience, let's say MySQL, you only have experience in Oracle. So both are different, but at the same time, it's not entirely alien to each other. If you know SQL from Oracle, it's going to be almost similar in MySQL as well. Only a little bit of changes here and there, but you can quickly learn the new database and you will be able to contribute. So this is what I'm trying to say. If you are having similar experiences and skill set, then try to match your CV according to the job description. Next, salary negotiation. So if we are trying to find a job from India to outside country, most of the times the upper hand used to be with the HR only. We will not be able to negotiate much. But what I would suggest is try to find at least some specific levels. For example, in Germany, there is a limit of a particular salary. Only with that, you will be able to apply for a blue card visa. If you don't know what is blue card visa, it's a privileged work permit wherein you can bring in your spouse with you and your spouse also can work with the same type of dependent visa. So in order to get that blue card visa, you will need to have a minimum level of salary. So most of the times you might get that, but if you are not getting that, you can try to ask, let's say for this particular visa, I need this limit. Can you please revise my salary to that level? You can also look whether they are providing you the relocation allowance or not. If it is not provided, then maybe you can ask for that. There will be some minimum amount of relocation allowance to accommodate your travel expenses and other little expenses. I also heard that there is an yearly bonus component called Christmas bonus. Maybe you can ask for that. But if you think that nothing is working out, then if you find that salary is good for you, at least for the initial days, if you will be able to manage with that salary, then I would say you accept that offer and you can come here after working here for maybe couple of years or so. If you had the right visa, then you will be able to find different opportunities as well. That's all what I would say from my experience, but these things could vary from country to country. I have discussed here what I found in my job search and my experience in Germany. So I would suggest you to do your own research about the country and the company for which you are applying to. I hope through my experience and through this video, I have shared some useful information to you. In case if you like this, feel free to give a like to this video. And if you have any questions related to job search process or related to Germany, feel free to comment in below this video. I will try to answer in case if I am aware of that. Thanks for watching this video. See you in my next video.